My name's Richard Charlton. I'm one of the editors on Pop Paper City.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm one of the render artists on Pop Paper City.
Hi, I'm Piero, and I'm a CG generalist at Pop Paper City.
My name is Rixeg Salim, and I'm a junior animator at Pop Paper City.
My role covers the entire pipeline, so I start with the animatics and I go all the way to the online stage.
Let's see!
When we start at animatics, we're initially reading the script, looking at the storyboards as they come in. We'll pop them into the edit and we'll have scratch dialogue. So we'll get someone who's not the voice actor to do it. And then we do an assembly of all that together. We add music. We are fortunate to have a good library of music from our composer, Alex. So then we'll create a animatic of all that. So we do our first draft and then we get notes from the different departments. And then we will work on another draft until we're happy with it. So after the animatic, we move on to layout, which is our kind of cinematography stage where we get the angles in CG. So we will then do an assembly of that to kind of get an idea of the blocking and the characters in the CG space. And then we'll move on to spline, which is the animation. So we'll do an assembly of that. That will get reviewed by the different departments. We then move on to the renders, which is the shots fully lit with the textures. We're kind of moving into the final product of what it will look like on television. So that's a very exciting process.
So my role is, at this moment, just helping out with anything that I can that's CG related, whether it's models or textures, materials, or any assets that need fixing, or even helping out in render. It's nice because I get to see all the facets of Cinema 4D, and I kind of have to be able to expand my tool set with the software to be useful, but it's really fun.
As a Redshift render artist, I bring the whole scene to life, really, with the culmination of all the aspects that everyone else has put together. Yeah, the role kind of brings everyone's work together like in a cake. They get all the ingredients put together, and it's like, yeah, it's really nice to see what happens, and when it all comes out at the end. Yeah, I check for floating and animation glitches or bugs. Yeah, I make sure the textures are all correct and not floating around.
If it's not the hairs for Plum, it's the flowers for Phoebe, and just having to go back and fix some stuff up. It can be a little bit difficult, as they're not human, so they don't really follow the same anatomy. But in the end, it all becomes worth it.
I think every day is different, really, because we've always got a new challenge. Every episode has its own thing happening. But yeah, so it's really fun. I don't have a similar day very often.
I have not used Cinema 4D before, but using it's fairly similar to other software that I've used before, and it's very user-friendly, which I think is one of its selling points.
Yeah, Redshift's a really powerful render engine. Really helps us to quickly iterate on each scene with the GPU rendering, and helps us to look to the scene quite quickly.
It was the first time I ever had to animate in Cinema 4D in any capacity. I like the interface. It's very user-friendly, and anytime I move a keyframe in Maya, it's either too small, but in Cinema 4D, everything's just noticeable and you can pretty much get to the grind a lot quicker.
Wow!
My favorite part of the process is probably the first cuts of the animatic, because you're putting everything into context for the first time. So it's very exciting to see it as an 11-minute episode with the storyboards and the dialogue and the music and the sound effects. So that's probably my favorite part of the pipeline.
Yeah, the environments were really, really fun because I just could create worlds from scratch. That was probably my favorite part, but being able to experiment with rigging as well and helping out a bit in the rigging department was fun too, because Cinema 4D is fairly approachable for that. But I gotta say, environments was very, very fun to start with.
I enjoy animating Hooper or Mei Mei.
Yay! Thank you!
With these characters, you can get so many emotions and really express and really push poses and stuff like that. And there's just something unique about that than animating a human character or anything like that.
So my favorite character is probably Hooper, just because He's a bit wacky, a bit zany. He's this interesting mix of comedy and also like drama. He brings a lot of different emotions to the episodes.
Boo! I'm a two-headed monster. Fly, is that you?
My favorite character is Zip. There's just something about him that I just kind of connect with as a character, and as an animator, he's just so tiny, and you can just do a lot with a character like that, I believe. There was an idol that I did, that I do for tons of other episodes. It's Zip getting excited or for anything, like, you know, like he's bouncing, he's up and down, and complete with the ruffles. That just looks adorable, and it's my favorite. It's like the favorite animation I ever did with him.
So my favorite episode I edited was probably Hooper Duperland, just because I really liked the theme park aesthetic, and there's a lot of mix of action, comedy, drama.
I think the Precious Pearl episode is my favourite one because of all the effects, and the comp artist did really well, making it all come to life underwater, and the story's really nice as well.
My favorite episode was Planet Pop Beam, which I think is probably the most extravagant one because they go to space and explore this weird planet.
3, 2, 1, blast off!
It was very fun to kind of build the environments around the rocket flying through space and making sure the composition looked nice and that we fit the purpose of every shot with the stars flying by or the planets, and then having asteroids floating from the surface of the planet. And it was a lot of fun stuff to experiment with. Building the environment was really fun for the planet because I was used to just using trees and grass, and the planet is a lot more rocky and has some interesting rock formations, and we definitely could do many different things with that, which was definitely fun.
My favorite episodes are either Hooper Duperland or Frightful Friends. Not necessarily for what happens in the episodes, just around that time. I was just doing my best work and getting my shots early. Hooper was fun to animate in the amusement park episode, and Plum was especially difficult to animate, but fun as well during the Halloween episode with the pillows and trying to scare Zip. Or
My top tips to become a render artist: making sure you've got lots of attention to detail in your portfolios. Make sure you're on top of it all.
My best advice for finding work is patience. It's not going to happen so soon, but don't be discouraged. Just keep working on your stuff. If you meet someone at a studio or college or anywhere else and they do animation, it's important to just get to know them. You don't have to be buddies, but you know, cozy up to each other, because they'll probably remember you, and then they can network with other people to get you a job. I know that's the case for some people that work here and some people I know.
My top tip for someone getting into animation is to just get as much knowledge as possible from anywhere, whether it's your peers or people who already are in the industry. If you want to get the latest tips and tricks from YouTube is also good. Like, any knowledge from uni is great, but always supplement with industry knowledge and forums, YouTube, get plenty of feedback and make a nice showreel.